So starting out with a bare face, I am going to be using one of the new products that I wanted to talk about. This is the 3-in-1 Illuminating Primer from Lorac. I was just recently browsing on Sephora and was looking for different primers and things, and I found this one, and I had never seen anything. I've never used a primer from Lorac before, so I don't really venture out much with primers either. So when I seen this one, it really stood out to me because it is a face primer. You can add this into your foundation for a little bit of extra highlight and glow, and also you can just use this as a highlight on your cheekbones. So I thought that was really nice, and I really liked the whole description that it gives you. This color is in the shade Dawn, which is on the box. I'm not really sure if this comes with like other shades. So then I kind of just press that into my skin. The smell of this actually is not too bad. Some face primers can smell really weird to me, and I just don't like them. But this one doesn't give me like that weird like chemical smell. It actually gives me a smell of like tea tree. So I'm also gonna put some on my chin too, because my chin, you guys know all about my chin and my hormonal breakouts. They've gotten a lot better over the past like couple of months, and you know, the years that I've been makeup free on YouTube and everything, but they're still there, they're still existent. I could take stuff for my skin. I'm just very natural in that case, and I don't really like to take products like that. So yeah, if it gets like crazy bad, then I probably will, but right now I don't feel like they're too crazy. I can just use like my little spot treatment, and they usually go away. So yay for hormonal breakouts. Alright, but so there's the primer that we're going to be using on our skin today. Something that's super going around on YouTube is this new silicone little sponge that you can apply your makeup with. I have heard so many things about this. The lady that was basically trying to sell me this at the store, I wasn't even going to get it. She said that a lot of people are just dissing their beauty blenders for this thing, and I'm like, okay, I don't know how good that thing is going to be compared to my beauty blender, but I guess we'll have to see. And then this is the new L'Oreal sponge, and it's the foundation blender, so it's kind of like the beauty blender, and it is a lot cheaper. I did use it one time just to kind of test it out. It was like on like one little cheek, and I didn't really use it for my full face. So I am going to be testing both of these out on camera today to kind of see if it's worth the hype and see if this is actually maybe going to be able to replace my beauty blender. I don't know. Who knows? I'm also going to be using a new foundation that I recently purchased from Rimmel London. This is the Wake Me Up. It also has vitamin C, and it's supposed to give your skin a nice luminosity. It's supposed to really brighten your skin, and I really like the color of this. I feel like it matches me really well because I did kind of test it out yesterday, but I'm excited to use it all over my face today because I just love trying new foundations. I have like a thing with, I should probably put my hair up. I have a thing with foundations. I love trying out foundations and concealers. It's like my favorite thing to buy. I don't know why. Probably because it's what makes your face look super flawless and like you have no flaws at all. You're just perfect. So I probably will need to get a headband because my hair, I have a lot of little baby hairs, so I'm gonna go get a headband really quick. And this one is the only one that I could find. It's just, I miss Disneyland. Okay, now I'm going to be doing one side with this and one side with this and kind of testing it out just to see. I'm hoping that this makes my foundation look okay. Not really sure. So the lady said you can really use any side of this silicone sponge, and she said don't pat, she said kind of rub it into your skin. So okay. It's also supposed to not take up a lot of your foundation, which they say the beauty blender takes up a lot because it is a sponge, so it's just soaking everything in. I mean, it's just so weird because I've never like blended my foundation out this way, so it just feels really weird. I don't know. I mean, it is blending it out. I mean, it's not, I was assuming it was going to make it super sheer when it was blending it out, but it's really not. It still looks, Let's try the other side. Okay, so blended it out pretty nicely. Now I'm gonna go in with the L'Oreal sponge, and this is a dual-ended sponge, and it got really big when I did put some water on it. And so I'm assuming the other end is maybe going to be for concealer, but I think I did see a concealer brush that they were selling, or a concealer sponge, not brush, that they actually sold with this collection too. I don't know, I think it's because I'm so used to using sponges, it just blends everything out so much easier. I used to use brushes a lot, and I don't know if I can ever go back to using a brush now, because I just love using the sponge. But it did blend it out really nicely. I don't feel like it's, I feel like it's equal coverage on both sides. I don't feel like this one's soaking up more than this one. I feel like it is equal. This foundation is really, really nice, but I must say that it is not a full coverage foundation on its own, so you do have to add more. I usually do about 2 coats of this foundation and just do more dabs, so I'm going to use my original Beauty Blender to do that. I try not to add too much on this second coat because this foundation does oxidize a little bit and it does get a little bit darker around the mouth area, so I try not to add it around there because it can look a little muddy. But I really do like this a lot. I like that it has vitamin C for the skin, and it's also really good smelling, which a lot of foundations have a really odd smell, so this one does not. And then also drag it onto the neck because we don't want any, you know, we don't want any masks going on around here. Okay, so I got this new a little while ago, but I haven't used it yet. It's the Color Correct Cushion Wonder by Hard Candy. It kind of just stood out to me because it had like this little cushiony bottom, and it claims that it was supposed to get rid of dark circles and just kind of color correct. I wanted the orange one, but they didn't have any more of the orange one, so I got this yellow one. And I don't know if you're supposed to... Oh, it twists off. That's Brittany being a ditz. Oh, and it comes out kind of a lot, so. Oh, and it's very yellow. But I like that it has the cushion sponge. It fits right into the inner corner of the eye, which I get really veiny. Like, I have really veiny eyes, which is annoying. But, you know, I can't control that because I'm so pale that you can see a lot of my veins on my eyes. So it gets like in the inner corner, it's like blue, and then like I have veins right here. So I really like to add like a color correct sometimes before my concealer. And I figured I would try a drugstore one. This is actually I got at Walmart. It was $3, so Hard Candy is awesome for inexpensive, but it comes out a little thick, but it's not blending very thick. But the color does stay, so I definitely will use it up. Not sure if I will repurchase, but I do drag it on to my eyelid because, like I said, a little veiny. This is the Anastasia concealer, and you can actually apply this with your fingers. It's very, very thick. So I'm just gonna dab a little bit. Well, that came out more than a little bit. So I'm gonna just dab that around, and then I am going to blend that out with my Beauty Blender. This is a super, super thick concealer. This will cover up any dark circles you got going on, any veins, any purpleness, any red, any dark spots, anything. You can use this basically everywhere around your face. I think it's a very nice concealer. As you can see, it literally perfects your under eyes. And then we are going to bake. I'm going to use my Laura Mercier setting powder, which I always go in with that because it's my favorite. I'm actually running out. The entire thing cracked. I don't even know how that happened. I think it's because I've just had it for a long time, but I'm really running out of this powder. So I just need to probably get some more. But I'm trying to use up all of my products versus just buying a new one because I'm like almost out. I mean, I literally want to be out of my product before I go buy another one. Because I have a habit of just buying products that I'm not even out of yet. As for these two products, which is really what I wanted to talk about, I'm not really sure how I'm feeling about this yet. It did blend out my foundation pretty well. It did feel like it was kind of just making my foundation sheer, but it really wasn't by the looks of it. It just felt like it because I'm not used to using a silicone, silicone thing versus a sponge. I'm just so used to using the sponge, but I actually think I will continue to use this. It's a lot less expensive than any of the sponges that you can buy from the store. You can get this on Amazon. They have it at beauty salons. I think I'm just gonna keep trying it out and keep using it because it did blend out my foundation really well. As for this, I really do like it. Unfortunately, this is not a multi-purpose foundation blender. I don't think this fits in my eye to actually blend out concealer very well. It's just too fat, and when it gets water on it, it's just too big. So basically, if you want something that's multi-purpose, the Beauty Blender is the best option, which I like multi-purpose. I don't have to keep getting out different sponges for different areas that I need to blend. But if you are looking for just a cheaper foundation blender, this is your best bet. And it is from L'Oreal. You can just get it at like CVS or your local Walgreens or whatever drugstore that has makeup. They have to have this because I've literally seen them everywhere now. Basically sweeping all this powder away because it's actually setting pretty quickly. And I use this little Real Techniques brush literally for everything. Like, I love this brush. I use it for highlight sometimes because it's like so small. And then I also will use it for just sweeping away any kind of foundation powder because it just fits in all of these areas so well. I'm just going to set everything with my Healthy Skin powder. This is just to kind of give me more of that flawless look. But I am using this NYX Baked Blush in the shade Wanderlust. Just a super nice kind of shimmery pink. And then for my favorite part, we are going in with highlighter. Now, I think I'm going to be using the new Nicole Guerrero palette. That is literally the best thing on earth. All the shades are absolutely stunning, and Nicole did an amazing job on this. I think that this is by far the best glow kit, glow palette, whatever, that Anastasia has came out with. I really like this. It is so crazy pigmented. So I'm just going to go in with the shade Glow Getter and just apply this to the high points of my face. I mean, if you literally don't dust this off, like, look at how crazy pigmented that is. I barely put my brush into the palette and it did that right away. Like, it's insane. But Glow Getter is really nice. I also like Forever Young. Just kind of sweep this away. And I like looking like a shimmery goddess. Like, I don't care if it's too much. That's just what I like to do. Then we're going to go on to brows. Now, I have a few new brow products. I think I'm just going to do my brows on camera and maybe just speed up the clip because I know doing brows can be kind of tedious and boring to watch. But I have this new brow pencil from the drugstore that I have not used yet that I kind of just want to try out with you guys on camera and just to see if I actually like it. It's the Brow Stylist Definer from L'Oreal. If I like this better than Anastasia, that's great because I actually heard yesterday that the Anastasia Brow Wiz is giving people thinner brows. Who would have knew that that could happen? No clue. I usually use this Anastasia one, and there's just theories going around right now that that Brow Wiz, it just makes your eyebrows thinner. So don't like that whatsoever. Kind of freaks me out. But I'm going to use this Milani Brow Clearing Shaping Wax and kind of just like brush it through. Just going to kind of run through with my MAC Omega Shadow. This is just kind of just give me my exact color, and then we will define everything with that L'Oreal. Actually, and before we get too excited, I'm going to use my Tarte Spray. I usually use this or my Milani, but before we go any further, just like to set this a few times. And then we're going to go in with this bad boy. I got it in the shade brown, I think, brunette, because my hair is looking a little dark because I have not gotten it done in a while. This is what the tip looks like. Let's see. Oh my god, well, it glides on amazing, you guys. Oh my goodness, a lot better than my Anastasia pencil. Literally just glides onto your brows. It makes it so easy to give you that arch. like, it seems like the tip would be hard because it's not curved. It's just like a circular tip, but it's actually super, super easy to glide onto your brows. Oh my god, I'm loving this. I haven't even got my brows done in a while, and this literally just made my brows look amazing. I honestly do not think I will be buying that Anastasia one anymore. I probably won't even use up the rest of mine that I have. Probably give it to my mom or something. Give her the eyebrow pencil that makes your eyebrows thin. Just kidding. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. But I'm seriously loving that brow pencil, you guys. And it's from the drugstore. Oh my goodness. I usually will top it off with the Benefit Gimme Brow, but since I used the wax, I don't know if I should. You know, I don't think I will. I'm just gonna go over it with this, this is just a clear from Maybelline. It's just a Great Lash, just to kind of sweep it over. Now, moving on to lashes, I'm just going to curl them really quick with my Tarte eyelash curler. Give me a little curl. I'm going to add a little bit of shadow into the creases of my eyes. It's just super random, but I sometimes do that just to give my eyes a little bit of like definition. So I'm just gonna like sweep this color by Huda Beauty. It's called Bay, and it's just a white kind of cream shade. This is just setting everything that may be on my eyelids already. I'm just gonna sweep that over the whole lid and put this into my crease. And actually it kind of makes me just want to do a whole look now, because now I'm like getting creative and I'm thinking maybe I should just do a whole eyeshadow look. Which I always do that. I say, oh, I'm gonna just use like one shadow, you know, and make it a little defined, and then I'll be done. And then I start going, and then I have like a whole extravagant, sparkly eyeshadow look. Probably happens to me every time I do my eyeshadow. Or I say, oh, I'm gonna do like a soft look today, just very natural. And then it turns out to be like bright pink and like not natural. It's just my creativity, you guys. It just goes wild with eyeshadow. I think I'm just gonna finish the eye look off. So I am just gonna use this Huda Beauty palette and kind of just create like a little look with it. Because, you know, why not? It really doesn't take me that long. So I'm gonna use Shy next and just apply this onto the eyelid. And then I'm going to use Trust Fund, and that's like a super copper, and apply this onto my eyes. These are so much easier just to apply with your finger. And then a little bit of henna into the crease, which I'm gonna apply this like to more of the upper crease. And I love this brush so much. It makes eye looks just come together so nicely. And then for the brow bone shade, I'm going to use Moon Dust. This is just a super nice like pearl iridescent, kind of has a little bit of shimmer to it. And it's actually coming off a little, it has like a tint of yellow. It totally doesn't look like that in the packaging though. I'm just going to quickly apply some mascara. Bottom lashes, I'm going to use this skinny mascara from Wet n Wild, which I kind of go back and forth from this one and the It Cosmetics one. And that is the finished eye look that I totally was not expecting to do, but it just happens sometimes. So now I'm going to apply one of my favorite lip liners. This is the Bobbi Brown Nude. I literally use this when I don't know what else to use, and this usually goes with pretty much any lip shade that I want to wear. So and I think for my lip color, I'm going to use this Dose of Colors in Undressed. So that is the end of this makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Just to give you guys a little rundown on what this video was like super about, and to see if these little things could actually replace my beauty blender. So little quick rundown. I know I already told you that I really did like this, and I am going to be using this a little bit more. Just wasn't used to it. The texture felt a little bit weird, and it was not used to just wiping it besides like dabbing. As for this, I do recommend getting that L'Oreal sponge. I think it was really nice if you're looking for a drugstore dupe. It's super inexpensive. Like I said before, you can't really use it for multiple different uses. If you're looking for a drugstore dupe, the foundation sponge does work really well. It's just not a dual purpose kind of sponge like the beauty blender, so you can't really use it that well for blending out concealer and things like that. So that's one downfall about it, but it is a lot less expensive than the original beauty blender. So if you guys are looking for a good kind of, you know, foundation blender that blends out your foundation, that is a really good thing. And the silicone sponge, I'm still going to be using it and kind of testing it out. I did actually like how I kind of just smeared it on. I felt like it was going to make my skin, like the foundation, look very sheer and kind of blotchy, but it actually didn't. It just felt that way because I wasn't used to using it. So I will just continue to use it and see if I like it. And to replace my beauty blenders, I don't think they will replace my beauty blenders from now on or anything like that. I think I'm going to just continue to use all three and see which ones I like, because I'm so used to using the beauty blender. I don't know if I can actually part ways with the beauty blender because I've been using it for so many years. But that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a thumbs up if you did. Follow me on all my social media sites. Those will be listed down below, along with all the products that I used on my face today. Well, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.